Buddies! Well, I shouldn't be happy in this video because it's not something to feel happy about, but this is my face. I like to smile. Something happened with our Duke. Recently, I was not here. I was in Bhutan, and well, basically, this motorcycle crashed. Yes. An accident happened, but luckily, nothing much happened to the rider, nor the motorcycle in general, but because we installed something on the motorcycle, which looks fancy, which the whole world thinks that this product actually protects your motorcycle. But if you remember, I made a video a year back mentioning that this product can actually have very bad effect on your motorcycle in case of a crash. You're actually better off without these products than installing them. I know I'll be taking away business from many companies by saying this, but I am here for the biking community, not just for the business. So I spoke about this myth, and now this myth got busted with my own motorcycle. Okay, so now Nitin, stop smiling, please. Huh? It's okay. So this young man took the Duke out when I was in Bhutan. He had to meet his girlfriend, so he just stole the Duke without telling anyone. He took the Duke out. I don't know what he did. It's a secret. No one knows about it. But the bike crashed. Right?
Yes.
Would you want to confess on camera?
Yes.
Go ahead. What happened?
So the day before it was rained totally.
Okay.
It was drenched.
Loud.
Yeah, it was drenched.
So
I
the
was
road
yeah,
had water.
Totally
Okay.
water filled with.
Okay.
So obviously to come our home we need to take a right turn. So where I was taking it was totally filled with water. I thought like on top like some upar ka pani, but it was in the depth. I did not notice, and I took a turn at 10 to 15 kilometer per hour speed. So the front tire got skid. So I kept my right leg on the land, but my even right leg was slipped in the water, and I fell on towards the right.
You have the longest legs that I've ever seen in the world. Okay, but still, he also could not save the bike.
My shoe didn't have the grip.
It's okay.
to hold.
Anything happened to you?
Nothing.
Nothing happened to you?
So that small cut on my jeans. That's it.
Cool. So now, basically what happened, he was taking a turn. He lost traction. He fell. So what about the great ABS? Anyway, we'll talk about this later on. So he fell. The bike fell onto the right side, right?
Yes, towards the
Okay.
right.
Huh? And speed was 15 kilometers an hour or something?
10 to 15 between.
That's it. Are you sure about it?
I was taking a turn. At
Only 10 to 15 kilometers an hour. Okay.
Obviously, in that speed only we take a turn.
Yeah. And now remember, on this motorcycle, I'm going to be playing a couple of clips right now. Watch it. I fell on the racetrack at about 70 kilometers an hour. Okay. Proper fall. Nothing. I got up and started riding the bike again. It happened twice. Okay. Many of my older subscribers know about this. Thank you. It's good. It's good.
Bring it up.
Come on. The bike is good. It's good.
You okay? You okay?
Yeah. But now this bike fell like this at 15 speed, and please, because of this so-called great frame slider, which the moment people buy a bike, they go and install this, okay, because it looks cool. Crash bobbins, frame sliders. So this is what happened. This is a very important structural part of the whole motorcycle on the Duke 390. And this frame slider, when it actually hit the ground at 15 kilometers an hour, probably say even 20 kilometers an hour, whatever, this has cracked and it is bent and it's broken on both the sides, here and here. Okay, this is really bad. I'm covering the brand of the company of these frame sliders because I don't want them to, I don't want their name to become bad, because this is not about a company. This is about the product. So any company could make this. Okay. So imagine if the crash would have been at 60 or 70 kilometers an hour, like how I had on the racetrack. The whole thing would have just cracked. Okay. And along with it, it would have bent the frame also. This is the main frame. Okay. So now this would have been very expensive. Okay. You would have had to replace the frame and do everything, labor job, time, spare parts. And when I fell on the racetrack, you know what I had? I had the traditional, normal crash guards which go like this, the arch kind of thing which come stock. Nothing. They are big, and they, why they did the job better? Because they have multiple points. Okay, and it's an arch. Arch distributes the weight, the impact. So they bend, but along with that bending process, they take the impact, they absorb it. So, well, a huge myth busted at the cost of my motorcycle. So anyhow, we'll get this repaired now. So buddies, don't be in a hurry to put frame sliders. I know this stock crash guards, they look kind of ugly, but they are really beneficial. And a lot of other damage also happened. That is, these hand guards, knuckle guards, whatever we call them. But it is okay. This happened when I fell on the racetrack also, so that is fine. And the brake lever, this broke. You see this? This brake lever, in my previous 2 crashes, it never broke because the crash guard is big enough. Okay, but here it broke because this is not big enough. All right. Even that is the reason on the RC390 I haven't put crash guards. That is the reason on the crash guard means frame sliders. I haven't put the frame sliders, and that is the reason even on the Yamaha R1 I have not put frame sliders, because it is better that the motorcycle falls and slides. Worst case, the fairing, the fiber is going to get scratches or it's going to break, but it's just a fiber. We can buy new fiber and replace it. But if the frame bends, we are dead. Okay. At least on the Duke 390, the frame is not very expensive. But imagine if it's a super bike, imported motorcycle, you are dead. Dead means money, bank, gone, sab gaya. So that's it, buddies. This is a very important myth busted. And anyhow, take care. Thank you. If you're not subscribed to this channel, you'll miss out on important things like this. Do think about subscribing.